Om Shanti. Rajyog spiritual concepts summary, which is explained using graphics and animation. This is for advanced students, and there will not be further explanation than what has been given in the slide. We have indicated soul world, which has no space and time. Then there is a human world, including the universe. Human world is identified with the fire element, that we can call it a Prakriti. It has a duality in a sense that based on the observation, it will behave like a mass when it is observed. Otherwise, it is based on, otherwise it behaves like energy. And Prakriti can be divided at the lowest level by electrons and the quarks. See, when we talk about spirituality, we have to talk about spirit, which is a soul. We can call it a Purush. And that is our first actor of this drama, which is eternal conscious energy. And Prakriti is our second actor of the drama. Purush, in the soul world, every Purush will have some number. It has its DNA, which is the human DNA, which is defined as a Q. We will talk about that now. So the Q is defined as a quality of the soul or Swadharma, which is common to all souls. And these are the 7 guns, which with permutation and combination, it becomes 36 guns. There is 8 powers, which are all described here. The soul is the equation for soul energy is HF. H is the Planck constant, and its frequency is always greater than 0. So soul always keeps discharging. Soul is conscious mind, subconscious and unconscious mind. That is like hard disk. And this original sanskar, which is defeated Giren, this we have already seen. And while we play the part in hard disk, acquired sanskars are generated, and this is our subconscious and unconscious mind. So this is the key to the spirituality. There are 2 scripts for every soul. Dotted line is a body soul conscious script, and the blue is a body conscious script, and these scripts are executed when you travel into the human world. When soul observes the Prakriti, the science proves that we all know Sankalp says Srushti. So the script which is written in the Purush is going to control the Sankalp or Vikalp, and based on that, Prakriti or Srushti is also created. So once the Purush observes, the script of the Purush controls the Prakriti. That is explained in quantum physics. What are the journey rules? Entry, exit, and transfer. So journey from the soul world to human world and vice versa. And this is so from one birth to another when we transfer. So that is the death. So death from the one body and life in the another body in the form of the form. When we play, the script is executed, and that we call it a karma. So automatically you will become from new to old. So we'll explain that the script is executed, the charge or the quality of the soul keeps deteriorating. Now, let us assume that the dotted line is our lubrication layer, and then when it is executed in these first two pictures, the lubrication layer is getting reduced. Because lubrication layer is getting reduced, we can see that automatically Q is reduced. And that lubrication layer is actually the prarabdha. So, and because the prarabdha is getting executed, so it is a deterministic world, and then we'll always have only sadasukha or karma is equal to zero, and that is actually the definition of heaven. So this is when soul conscious layer is getting executed. Now, before we talk about body conscious layer, let us understand what is a Maya. So Maya is that we we feel that we are body, but actually we are not. And actually we are soul. So instead of thinking us as a soul, we are thinking as a body. And because of that, from soul consciousness or Behad, we feel that our vision becomes limited. And because of that, the vikar is generated. And the vikar is defined as a black layer. And because of this black layer, so there is now the lubrication layer is exhausted. So because of the black layer, wear and tear happens, and then everything, the journey becomes non-deterministic, and we say that karma ki gati gui hai. So we experience sukh as well as dukh, and that is why we here karma is depicted as a positive or negative, and otherwise in this script, karma is also zero, so it is a deterministic world. Now we will go through the journey. So this is the journey. So this is divided into 4 yugs. So in the Satyug, this is how it is depicted. Then is Treta Yug. This is the journey where Q is slightly reduced. In Dwapar Yug, because of this journey, because of the Vikar, the black layers are depicted here. And in Kali Yug, further black layers are stored in subconscious mind. And these two parts where there are no black layers, this is called the Nirvikari world. This one, these another two parts are called as Vikari world. Now we can see in this journey, uh, Q is reducing. So we can say we are going from Sato to Tamo, and our Kala or the quality of the soul is reduced. So Kala is reduced. And the reason behind that is the body consciousness. That is what is depicted here. And this body consciousness or this black layer is generates vikar is generated in hard disk, and we can always identify our vikars because the vikars makes it autonomous. So we react, and it is formed because of the habits, and our dreams will also give that how vikars are stored in our subconscious mind. And as per the science, if we go through it, then physics will say that this will go on and on till the infinity. But the key is that what metaphysics says, that because of the advent of the third actor, which we are not chosen, it has to be a cycle because things are eternal. All eternal things are cycle because this cannot go on and on. But as for the science of Darwin's theory, it will go on and on until there is a thermal death as per the law of entropy, because entropy is always increasing. So because of that, Prakriti will always deteriorate. And we know that Purush controls the Prakriti. So there has to be some element of the Purush which is controlling Prakriti, and that element is nothing but a Vikar. So if Vikar goes on increasing, then there will be a standstill. Soul will not be able to do any further work. So if it has to be a cycle, then if it has to be cycle, then it has to go like this. And that the only way to go like this is we have to reduce the Vikar. But as for the physics, this cannot be done. So if it is a cycle, so this is Sato to Tamo, so we have to go from Tamo to Sato, and how that happens. So there is a Gita shlok that Yada Yada Dharmasya Glani Nirbhavati Bharata Yuge Yuge. So this is Yada Yada and Yuge Yuge, means it has to happen at every cycle. So it is not a one-time phenomena. And there is a Param Purush Avtaran. If it has to be cycle, it is triggered by this Param Purush Avtaran. And that what is the definition of Param Purush or Supreme Soul? Is Q is infinity, its number is zero, script is only for the half the cycle, because in the deterministic world there is no role for this Param Purush, and key is the frequency is always zero, so it is always charged, and it is a permanent father of all the souls. So that is the characteristic of the Param Purush. And there is Param Purush, there is an Avtaran of the Param Purush. Let us understand the phenomena of the Avtaran, the law of incarnation. This is Gita Shlok, we have all seen that. And it happens when multiple religions or body, their dharma, that getting deteriorated, which is established by the religious founder, and that changes into the God comes and changes into the Atma Dharma or Supreme Soul, which is what it is Q. So this happens every cycle, and this is what the glani of the dharms, and that is happens in the Bharat. And this is happened in this cycle. This is the Sangam cycle. This happens at the Sangam cycle. What is the concept? Concept is the two souls in one body. So these two souls are in one body. And that is the concept of law of incarnation. So this is the host body, which will have a host soul. And then the incarnated soul. There are four types of incarnation that we will see that can come. The first type of incarnation is the departed soul. So we know that in the Laukik Brahmin, the departed soul can be invited, and we can feed and talk to the departed soul. So we can say talk to the Lord, that is one way. Then another thing is we can say ghost, which is this is invited, this can be uninvited. And psychologists can do the exorcism and all that. And then third is these are the these behave like a guest, means they are uninvited, the time is different. But then there is for the religious father and for the supreme soul, the fixed time is fixed. So this Avtaran, let us talk about the Avtaran of the religious father. So let's take an example of the Jain religion, the Vardhaman. In the body of King Vardhaman, the Mahavir, which is the Jain Sthapak of the Jain, which happened in 2300 years ago, it comes, and this is the incarnate souls. So it is in the body of the Vardhaman. The host is Vardhaman, guest is the soul of the Mahavir, and this has to be pure. Then and then the religion can be founded. So we can see that Judaism, Yahudi is found by Ibrahim, then Buddha is found by Gautam Buddha, Muslim is by Muhammad and Gabriel, then the Shankar and Govind with the Sannyas ashram, then recently 500 years ago, the body of the Nanak, Guru Nanak has entered, and the Sikh Dharma was this thing established. This is all about Dharma Sthapak. It is all about the last 2,500 years ago. So we have seen the four ways of the law of incarnation. Now we will see the last one is how the incarnation of Supreme Soul happens. So here the host is the body of the Lake Raj. And once in the host, the body of the Lake Raj, the Supreme Soul enters. So this is the Supreme Soul, and this is the body of the Lake Raj. And because of this body of the Lake Raj, it is called as a Brahma. And this is celebrated as a Shivratri that we know. And because of that, Brahma, some people say it is Adam or it is the first man, the soul of Adam or Adinath, or we can say Narayan. So this is the Alokik father because this is the Alokik father. We have a Lokik father, it is by birth, and Alokik father is a Mukhvanshavali, and because it becomes the nimit of the transformation of this world, and that is why it is actually a transformer, but we people call it as a Brahma or a creator. And so there is a nimit, is that is why there are temples of Shiva and Nandi. So Shiva is the incarnate soul, or it is the guest, whether Nandi is the body of the Brahma, is called as a Nandi, or we can call it a Bap Dada. Bap is a father, and Dada is a elder brother. And that is the Brahma Kumar or Kumar, the children of Brahma by Mukhvanshavali. And this is the opportunity is given only for the last birth of the Sangams. Everybody is given only a opportunity for the one birth. And and that sole religion is established by Murli, which is actually real Gita, and that is before the Mahabharata or the before the transformation happens. This Murli is been and because of that the incarnations happen in 1936, and because of that the deity religion is established based on this Murli, and then this is the children of the Brahma, the Mukhvanshavali, they are called BK, or they through the Rajyog. This is what they establish, and then they become deity. And after 2,500 years, because this deity gets converted into the Hindu religion. And now, how do we differentiate between religious father and supreme soul? So this property is the religious father, it's a specific Q. Here it is Q is infinity. Here, religious father, there will always take a subsequent human birth and then that will start deteriorating. Here, no human birth is taken. So all religious father is comes in the Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, and here this happens in the Sangam Yuga, and that is the advent of the new cycle. This is what I mean. And this incarnation of religious father, the first one is the the history, this is a Bhakti Marg history, is only of 2,500 years ago. That is a genuine history. And all this history is wiped out because of the earthquake. Because why earthquake? Because these people have gone into from the purity to the impurity of Vaman Marg. So the Prakriti, as we say, that Purush controls the Prakriti. So because of that, there are earthquakes. So we have only a genuine history of the 2,500 years ago. So there is now we can see this is a cycle. So because of this advent of Paramatma, there is a cycle. So if there is a cycle, this vikar has to become zero. So either we'll do it through yoga or through bhog. So let us understand the concept of yoga and bhog. So it becomes tamo to sato. So vikar has to become zero by karm bhog or rajyog. So this is a karm folk. So there is a body conscious act. So it will always generate a vikar. It can be positive or negative. They are all non-deterministic. And actually every action is equal and opposite reaction. So when we throw something, so we have to catch also. So there is a when we act, there is always a law of diminishing utility, or it's temporary. So there will be indriya sukh. So there will always be vikar. So the characteristic of the vikar is that there will be a indriya sukh, and that also will generate vikar because there is a attraction towards that. And how it works that when we do any vikarma, so with some delay or sometimes it is immediate, with compound interest, we will get respect to paristhiti or situation in the future. And that is the rule. So this vikar, because of this, by karma bhog, so vikar is reduced by karma bhog or even a garbh jail, where the life, when the soul enters, and it becomes a conscious. So when soul enters after 3 to 4 months or 4 to 5 months are always a garbha jail for this particular soul. So, but because of the karma bhog, it gets soul gets purified. But then there is always a karma bhog. So there is a misery. And so the one way of reducing vikar is that you have to endure the misery in either karma bhog or garbha jail or sickness or whatever it is. It can be many factors. It can be a problem of money and all those things. So this is the concept of by karma bhog, vikar can become zero. But the other key is the Rajyog. So through Rajyog also, vikar can become zero. So the concept of the Rajyog is you have to first get detached and then you have to get attached. So let us understand the concept of the detached. So detachment is when see we know that Supreme Soul is a soul. So when we become a shariri or when we become a soul conscious, then only, and if you only forget about the body, then only we can tune with Supreme Soul, and that is what is called as the yoga. And then we have in intelligence, there is a gyan. So we understand who is the Supreme Soul. This is not a bhakti. And then in the mind, or we have to follow the sattvic based dharma so that there is no maya. So if we follow all those things, then only our frequency will get attached. So that is the best way to get detached from the body and all relations and all objects of the body. So that is the key of this. Then once we establish, and once we get detached, then we get attached. So then we have to communicate through electromagnetic wave, means man or buddhi say, because we have understood the knowledge, what is a gyan. So that we get connected to Paramatma. And how do we connect? We experience the resonance or atindriya sukh, which is unlike this indriya sukh. So this is a bhog, so this is a vikar. This is opposite to that is atindriya sukh, and there is a phenomena of the resonance. And once we get attached, then what happens? Then this is the Param Purush, like a sun. So when you focus by man and buddhi by electromagnetic waves, then there's a Rajyog. So this paper gets burnt, and that is equivalent to vikar. So this is how the vikar is burned, and we know that in that first diagram, when vikar is reduced, the black layer is reduced, our basic Q or the basic charge of the soul also increases. And once this increases, so there is a stress or a is based on paristhiti divided by the this thing, the charge. So when Q increases, the stress is reduces. So that is why that is the best way to because this is the Q is a resilience because vikar is reduced, and that is why soul power increases. Because soul power increases, the stress is reduced. So this is the one uh, advantage of Raj Yoga. So we can handle the paristhiti based on our sthiti. And then, of course, we say that when we say talk about heaven, so there is yoga power. So in heaven, through yoga power only, we become parents. So that is for the new world. If you want to go to the Nirvikari world, this your power is also very important. So that also can be through Raj Yoga only we can go that. And the key of this Raj Yoga is the subconscious mind. So we know the subconscious mind is the hardest. So what is the subconscious? This is a RAM, but it has only 10% power. Subconscious mind has a 90% power. So this understand three tenses, this understand one tense. But our belief is based on our imagination and is controlled by subconscious mind. So with conscious mind, that is what is spirituality. We have to control the sanskar or vikar. So this conscious mind is our, you have to, is our gateway. So it's a gateway. If you allow through the gateway, if we can allow through gateway, we should not allow the vikas. And then if we do through a Raj Yoga, then this vikar can be permanently removed because this is based on a lot of number of births. And only when then this is law of attraction. So what is the law of attraction is that whatever is in subconscious mind, soul believes this is a truth. That belief is inherently built into the soul. So if you want if you want law of attraction or sankalpa shuddhi, so we have to remove the vikar from our sanskars and and then only becomes autopilot mode. So antagati to mati also is in that. So this sankalp to srushti, that only happens if we can control our subconscious mind, clean conscious, subconscious and unconscious mind, and then we'll generate the harmony between left and right brain, and then we get charged from the supreme charge. So where the Q is infinity. So this, if this we follow this, then only we come Sankalp to Srushti. And we have seen that there is a see we we do the seva. So here, when we do the seva or this thing, so where karma is equal to dharma, so when become God conscious, then only prarabdha is generated. And that is what is the seva. So then when prarabdha is generated, and that is what is when we are get used to Raj Yogas and we automatically quantum entanglement happens so that we are always connected to Paramatma. So this is a Sada Sukarma. Only when get always entangled to Paramatma, then and then the script, which is the script of the Prarabdha, is automatically getting generated. So that is the objective of the Raj Yoga, is that you have to get connected to uh, supreme power. Then only whatever the karma we do is becomes God conscious. So dharma is becomes the karma, and that is the key of the Raj Yoga. And what we have seen that this Param Purush is a catalyst, so it will remove the vikar of the Purush. And then these are the two ways. See, this is in Sangam Yuga, there are two ways. Either we do it through yoga. So this is the yoga. By through yoga, we are this these vikars are getting reduced, and then this dotted line. So this script is getting generated. Or we can do it through bhog. Means here through bhog only this vikar is getting reduced because to complete the cycle vikar has to become zero either through yoga or through bhog. And that is what is the spirituality. Spirituality is that once we understand through Gyan what is the Maya, so this removal of this vikar by charging, and this can only happen because everywhere else in this world, where law of entropy, the frequency is greater than zero, so it always discharge. Worst case, in the best case, you can do samadhi where frequency is zero. So it will not be any discharge, but then it will not be a charge. So if you want to charge, there is only this one frequency zero. So you have to charge by yoga. So where default souls will get will get initialized by Bhog and very special souls who are going to experience the uh, prarabdha of the heaven, they will only get charged by the by yoga. So that is was explained. That is what is the spirituality. Now let us only go through the real cycle, the cyclic journey of the world drama. So this is the Nirakar world where everything is a silence. It is a pure world. This is the white is the angel world, and where the sign language is there. Here there is no language. It is total silence, and that this works as a energy body. So this is works as the kind of office of the supreme soul, because it it has to be Trimurti, like why when you do this creation, so there is a Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. So all that work is of the creation or the destruction of the existing thing and the maintenance of the new world. It is all this happens through this office. So this is what is the angelic world. Because without body you cannot work. So that is why that angelic bodies are required for this conversion. And then you work it with because of this unlimited power, you can, work very efficiently. And there is no limitation of the body. This is our blue is a corporal world where the Sadgati and Durga, this is the world of the sound. This is a human world. And this is the supreme soul is the supreme soul. So there is there is a total no. This is the human seed of the human tree. This only has a total know-how, and so and then through Rajyog it converts into BKs and then deity religion and then religious founders. So this is the seed of this, and the only seed can give all this knowledge of the world cycle. And it is the script is only for the half cycle. We can see that in the inverted tree, the souls are with a descending power. The soul here will have a more power, and soul here will have a less power, less Q. And this Q is become the length of the script. So here the length of the script is higher, this length of the script is lower. And there are these are the souls with where the script, there are two scripts. So it has the more power because it has to play the longer roles. And these are the souls with the script is only one body conscious script. This is soul conscious and body conscious script. So this is the soul with the body conscious script. And there are third type of the souls, which is we call it as a religious founders. So they only have only one script because their role is only for in the body conscious world. They have no entry in the heaven. So we have seen the four types of the soul. This is script S plus B, script B. This is the religious founder. So where at least for the first birth they have the avtaran, and this is the supreme soul. So we have the four scripts, and we can say that this is the Ibrahim branch of the Ibrahim, this is Buddha branch, this is a Christian branch, and this deity religion, then that will be the Hindu, they become Hindus. Then this is the rule is that when this Q becomes the color of this world, then there the soul is entered. So this is the rule of the entry. So entry is always one by one at a specific time. And this is the world cycle. And then we will see what are the worlds. So this is the Vaishnav. This is eight birth in this world. This is a Kshatriya, 12 birth. So this is a Treta Yuga. This is a Treta Yuga. This is a Satyug. And then that is why we say that, and this is the dynasty of the Krishna or Narayan. So there are eight births. And then there is dynasty of the nine for 12 ones. So that is why Ram Navami and Ashtami for Krishna. This is what we are in Bhakti Marg. We remember this. This is the copper word. We can only the Varsha. There are 21 births. And then Shudra, this Kali Yuga, there are 42 births. So total are 83. And then There's a Brahman birth, this is a one birth, this is a Mukh Vidyati, and this is the diamond age where we interconnect with the God, and this birth is very unique. So this we say that this is Durlabh. So this is 84th birth for, and of course you are a student, so the brahmachari is also mandatory. Then and then you can get connected to the Supreme Soul, and this is a rather the unique birth. So we say that the 84th yoni is very once in a while, but actually this is the real meaning of that. This is the diamond age, and then every kalp is of 1250 years, and total is of 5,000 years. So each one is of the 1250 years. And this is the time axis, and this is the efficiency. This is the kala. So here, this is the this kala is deteriorating, but it's a deterministic world. And then deterministic world is a pralabdha. So karma is with pralabdha is executed. And then afterward there is there is earthquake, so all that is vanished after 2,500 years. And then we have uh, this is our this is the non-deterministic world. So this is a karmic account. So we experience sukh and dukh both. So this is nirvikari world. This is a vikari world, and this kala is zero. So this is so this is a Sola Kala. So here Sola Kala is Sampurna. Here end of this is a 14 Kala. End of this is a 10 Kala. And the end of this is a 0 Kala. So you can see that this efficiency, this is 16 here, and then the efficiency it keeps on reducing and almost becomes 0 at the end of the Kali Yuga. And then the cycle starts. So if the cycle starts, so we have to again generate this original color. So this happens. So the script B is executed, and so we have the bhog. So we have to suffer. So either by bhog or either through the yoga, we have to reinitialize the cycle. So here, when we do that, we generate with God conscious efficiency, we generate the script S, and which is executed here. And so we say that here the kala is reducing. Here the maximum kala in golden age, kala keeps on reducing. So this is what it happens. And here end of this, the population is 2 crore. At the end of this, the population 33 crores. End of this is population is going to be around 900 crores. And here the count of population in this corporal world keeps on increasing, because initially there are around say 900 crores. The time is equal to 0. The soul world has the maximum population, and when cycle comes, all the souls comes into the human world. So here the comes in, and that is why the population of this is always increasing. And this is also one example is that this is a soul with two scripts. So when it comes in human world, there is a conscious is generated here, and then black layer keeps on generating, and the black layer becomes more and more, and ultimately it gets initialized to this normal level, and this is how the cycle is explained. So this is the another birth is there, and the death and warmth. So net Q is the energy body. So this is based on this net Q, we get the energy body, and based on this energy body, we take our Sakar body. And then after the birth, so initially it is only DNA, the life is there, and then the conscious enters, and then we can go into our book. Here we have seen that this Q of the deity. So we can see that here there are 33 crore souls, which we have seen the 30 crore souls. Their Q or the this thing is the charge is much higher than the religious founders, and all and these deities only they become PKs, and these deities will become the puja. There is a cycle. So we were puja because of our purity, and our temples are being made, and then we have also become the pujari because we have forgotten. So it is a puja and pujari, that cycle is also going on. And the minimum births are 2, maximum births are 84, depending on the type of the soul and type of the script. Uh, so ultimately, at the end, this at the time of the exit, the count becomes 0. Time is 5,000. All the souls there will be exit. So entry rule is one by one. Exit rule is all the souls are together, and the soul count becomes 0. This exodus, all souls except the advanced party souls, and this is happened. Destruction can be Mahabharat, World War III, calamity, or civil war, or Bharat. So this is how it happens. So we can call it a day of judgment or Kayamat. And then all the souls will become the original souls either by yoga or the bhog. So this is how the cycle happens. And then we will also see there is no nirman. So every all the souls is a part of this cycle. See, now we have seen there are two souls. This is a soul with two scripts, and this is a soul with only body consciousness. So this soul has come here in this world, and then it follows this one. Whether this kind of a soul will directly come into the Dwapar or a Kali, so they don't experience the happiness or determinism of the heaven or a nirvikari world. So this also is one cycle. For this is the cycle. For this kind of the soul with double script, this is the total cycle. So it will consume more births. And and this happens when the Q is becomes the kala of the this human world. So when it automatically gets attracted, so this is Q is equal to kala, so that takes the birth. And we know that Q that we already seen this Q depends on the length of the uh, script. So this is the higher Q, this is the lower Q, and then this is the Marshall. Now we will try to explain diagrammatically. So here, this is the x-axis, the time axis. The y-axis is the quality or the kala, which is deteriorating. And then what we have seen is that Purush controls the Prakriti. So this axis will have both Purush and Prakriti. So the kala or the efficiency of both Purush and Prakriti are proportional. And this is what we say that the kala or the things are, downgraded as a time. So this is the red is a deterministic world. This is a non-deterministic world. So I have shown in that, but it can be exponential also. So this is what is an exponential curve. And then new cycle starts with Avtaran of the supreme power. And then there are two ways, whether yoga or bhog. Uh, so that's why then only new cycle starts. And the new cycle starts. So when things are booked, so you can only experience the black lines or the non-deterministic world, and this one will experience this world, and this is what is a spirituality. What is a spirituality? The one somebody who has experienced this life. So that only happens if you have done, and this spirituality is experienced only by the 33 crores of souls. So what is a spirituality? This is why is a quality. So it's a function of time. So this is the body consciousness of vikar. So this all depends on the time. And so the vikar keeps on increasing, and the time is when Supreme Soul comes. Only with the souls who can recognize the Supreme Soul. So they will do the yoga, and then so that is what is and that radar or that is what is the definition of spirituality. So this is the total drama of the script in the soul. So what are the actors? We have seen the Param Purush, then Purush and Prakriti. So Param Purush, we say that Param Purush through Vikar, through Rajyog, it controls the Vikar of the Purush. And Vikar of the Purush actually controls the Prakriti, and this is actually as per the script. So these are the three actors. We have seen this. What is the space? The drama has actors. There is a space. So we have seen soul world and the human world. So there is a journey between soul world and human world, and there is a drama is the actor, space, and the time. Time is what is script. So this we have seen the journey. So there is a we have seen the three worlds, the soul world, then we have seen human world, and then we have also seen the angel world, the white world. And then what is the time? So this is a cyclic journey. So all the cyclic journey, the Q is increase, Q is reducing, and then Q is increasing, either by yoga or the book. So we have seen the total cyclic journey. So this is actor, space, and time. So we have seen the script and we have seen the total cyclic journey. And we can, and there is a, if somebody wants, that there is a proof that there are four macro laws. So we will see those macro laws. So this is a quantum physics defines the drama, it predefines script, and that controls the Purush and that controls the Prakriti. So this is the time axis. And this is the equation which can be proved by quantum physics. Then by default, it is always Sato to Tamo. So this is the quality axis. And this quality axis has actors A1 and A2 because they are all proportional. That has been proved by the drama definition. So this is the actors. So we can see this is the when this quality will always degrade. So that is what this is explained. And Purush is this is a script S. This is script S is exit. Karma is zero. The deterministic means so this is Sankalp controls the Prakriti. In this here the Vikar or the Vikalp controls the Prakriti, and that is why the slope can be exponential also, degradation. So this is the things are getting degraded. There is an equation, and the slope is given. So there are two equations. This is M1, this is M2, can be exponential. And then if it is a cycle, then there is a Avtaran of the Param Purush, because if there is Tamo to Sato, then and then we will have this thing. So this Avtaran, Purush, Tamo to Sato. So this Avtaran is either by Yog and by Bhog. So so again, it is reinitialized to its original thing. So we can say that by Yoga or by Bhog, and then another cycle happens. And so this is because of the cycle, there is a cycle. The drama is, that's why drama is cycle. This is what is a cyclic journey. It is nothing but a spiritual journey. You will see that this with script S, soul with script S, the journey starts from here. It can start from here or it can start from here. Then it will enjoy the deterministic nor Vikari world. Then everybody has to experience this Vikari world. Then it will it will follow the path of the Raj Yoga, and then it will come back here to the script. So this is the journey of the script, soul with script S. And because of this journey, they will experience in next cycle this deterministic world or heaven. So this is what is a yoga karma. This is what is a spirituality, definition of the spirituality, and this is what is explained. These are the laws are there. So only if you do the sukarma, then only you will have experienced this world. And this is the script B journey is there only in this non-deterministic world, and it will only travel this much. This is how it will travel. It will return it here, and because of that, we did only experience this world, and this is what is a karma box. So they will most of the souls, other than 33 crore souls, everybody will experience this karma bhog, and this is what is the cyclic. This is the total cyclic journey, and and this is the total journey. So this we have seen the total Rajyog. So what we have seen in Rajyog, we have seen the definition of Atma. So what is Atma? Like if you have 36 guns, that all we have seen. We have seen about the characteristic of the Paramatma, what is the role of the Paramatma through Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Three Murti that we have seen. We have seen the Srushti Chakra. We have also seen what is the Raj Yoga. So what is the Dharana is required. Then we have seen the Gyan, Yoga and Seva. And only when you Dharana, only through Dharana we have the purity, then we can have a Gyan, Yoga and Seva. And if you do the Sveva with entanglement, then and then only we have the Swarg. And so we have total seen Sato to Tamo and Tamo to Sato. So this is in graphically, we have explained the total Rajyog.